Welcome back to Freedom Flicker. In September 2025, President Donald Trump dropped a bombshell. He's demanding Pfizer and other big pharma giants release hidden data on their COVID vaccines to prove Operation Warp Speed was the success he claims it was, or to expose its failures. I want the answer, and I want it now. Trump posted on Truth Social. Why is he suddenly questioning his own signature achievement? Is this about transparency, or is there a bigger battle brewing between Trump, the CDC, and anti-vaccine voices like RFK Jr.? Over the next 30 minutes, we're digging into what Trump's demand means, why Pfizer's holding back, and what it could reveal about the vaccines you were told saved millions. Buckle up, and let's uncover the truth. Call to action. If you're new to Freedom Flicker, hit subscribe and ring the bell to join our mission to question the narrative and fight for truth. On September 1st, 2025, Trump took to Truth Social, demanding that Pfizer and other drug companies release their full COVID vaccine data to the CDC and the public. He claimed he's seen extraordinary results from Pfizer, but questioned why they're not sharing it openly, saying they go off to the next hunt and let everyone rip themselves apart. This comes amid chaos at the CDC, where former director Susan Menarez was fired, sparking a mass exodus of top officials. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a vocal vaccine skeptic, has fueled the fire by restricting vaccine recommendations to only high-risk groups. So what's driving Trump's sudden push? Is he siding with RFK Jr.'s skepticism? Or is he defending his legacy with Operation Warp Speed, which he's called a Christmas miracle? Let's break it down. Operation Warp Speed was Trump's brainchild in 2020, a $14 billion public-private partnership to fast-track COVID vaccines. It delivered. Pfizer and Moderna's vaccines got emergency FDA approval by December 2020, with over 711 million doses administered in the U.S. by 2025. Trump called it a monumental achievement, and supporters like Senator Bill Cassidy say it saved millions of lives. But here's the twist. Pfizer distanced itself from Warp Speed, saying it never took government R&D funds, only a $1.95 billion contract for distribution. Critics argue the program rushed vaccines, skipped long-term safety tests, and left questions about efficacy unanswered. Now, Trump himself is casting doubt, saying he hopes it was as brilliant as claimed. So, was Warp Speed a triumph? Or are there secrets Big Pharma doesn't want us to know? Trump's calling out Pfizer specifically, saying they've shown him great numbers but won't release them publicly. Why the secrecy? Pfizer's 2020 vaccine trials claimed over 90% efficacy, but they've been tight-lipped about long-term data, especially on side effects or efficacy against new strains. A 2025 FDA presentation from Pfizer exists, but it's not widely publicized. Meanwhile, RFK Jr. claims vaccines cause vaccine injuries, and former CDC officials warn his policies could tank vaccination rates. Trump's caught in the middle, defending Warp Speed but demanding proof. Is Pfizer hiding something to protect profits, or is this about shielding proprietary data in a competitive market? And what does it mean for you when trust in vaccines is already shaky? Trump's demand isn't just about Pfizer. It's about trust. Over 70% of Americans got vaccinated, but millions now question whether they were misled. The CDC's in turmoil. Pharmacies in 16 states aren't offering COVID shots due to unclear FDA guidance. And RFK Jr.'s pushing a narrative that vaccines do more harm than good. Trump's walking a tightrope. He wants credit for Warp Speed but needs answers to silence critics. This fight exposes a deeper issue. When governments and corporations control health data, who controls your choices? If Pfizer is hiding data, it fuels distrust in institutions already on shaky ground. And with global powers like China pushing their own agendas at forums like the SCO Summit, the stake for transparency are global. What does this mean for your freedom to know the truth? So what happens next? If Pfizer releases the data, we might finally learn the full truth about Operation Warp Speed. Did it save millions as claimed, or were there hidden costs? If they don't, the divide between the public, the CDC, and Big Pharma will only grow. Trump's demand could force a reckoning. but it's up to us to keep the pressure on. At Freedom Flicker, we're committed to digging deeper into these power plays, whether it's health policy or global summits like the SCO. Stay vigilant, question everything, and demand transparency. Your health, your freedom, and your future depend on it. Let us know what you think in the comments, and we'll keep you posted on this unfolding story.